Alrighty, guys. So I just made this Excel on my live stream, still live on YouTube right now. And basically, I'm gonna go over this real quick with you. So retail has only owned 20 million shares as of February 14th. As of March 11th of this year, that increased to 150 million shares was the retail float. In 19 trading days from the February to the March, we traded 2.94 billion shares, and there was 130 million shares diluted. And if you look at the price, it went from 61 cents to $1.69 to 79 cents to $1.35. Those were the big swings that happened, and we see that when there's a lot of ups and downs, that it means that the volume from retail is heavy. And so after that, from March 14th to March 25th, the float increased from 150 million to 201 million, and there was 3.17 billion shares traded, over 51 million shares diluted. And in this 11 days, we basically just went from $1.77 all the way up to the 331 and to a close of 235. And so less volatility than what we saw over here. Maybe a bigger upswing, but we didn't have the ups and downs. And then after that, we got another dilution announcement for May 13th, and we went from 246 million float to 294 million float. And in this, there was 2.16 billion shares traded. We opened at the 287 and we crashed to 238. Then we went up to 266, and then we crashed all the way to 80 cents over 21 days. And there's only 48 million shares diluted in this time frame, where we basically just crashed 75%. And so we can see that when there's just crashing for a long period of time, it means that there's less retail buying. But there were still 48 million shares diluted during that process, which means everyone held, or the amount of people that held plus the amount of people that bought the dip was more than anyone that sold for a profit when it went from all the way from a low of 52 cents up to $4.18, which is 800% jump. Oh, don't mess with me now. Okay, and then on this one right here, so right here, we went from 294 million float to 407 million float, and there's 1.05 billion shares traded. We went from 97 cents to, or sorry, $1.17 down to 97 cents in 10 days, up to $1.42, and then down to $1.23. And they announced 113 million shares diluted with the 1.05 billion shares traded. And the float was updated at this time at 407 million. 2 weeks later into the float, Ortex randomly updated for the first time by themselves that the float was actually 447 million. And that was during, while this volume was being traded. And so instead of 1.05 billion shares traded, where there was 113 million shares diluted, there's 1.40 billion shares traded. And we go from $1.05 to $1.60 down to 99 cents. And now we're up to $1.25 already. And it started actually at $1.27, down to $1.05, up to $1.60, down to 99 cents, up to $1.25, which suggests more volatility here, more shares traded here, which suggests more dilution than the 113 million. And if we look at the float of the 407 million that it was, this can never be more than 550 million. Which means 143 million would be the maximum they could sell to us. And that's if every CEO and insider sold every single share they ever had and ever could have. And I don't think it'll get quite that bad. Which means we're probably around 500 million shares diluted right now, maybe 520 million. And that's why we're seeing the price rip right now on MULN, because we are in the squeeze, because we have bought the final dilution. And we should expect a dilution announcement the end of day today or on Monday. And that is to confirm the squeeze, people. Mathematical proof, we are in the squeeze. Let's go.